So behind me, do you recognize what that could be? Yes, it is a school. It is a primary school, and those were all classrooms. But now it is a tofu factory, and it's part of this restaurant. They did not take down the school. The school, I guess, was up for sale, and whoever started this idea, they wanted to just maintain the original location and then use it to instead have a restaurant. So a few days ago, I was talking with Lee, like, you know what? I am loving the different types of tofu that we are having. How many types of tofu are there? And she said, Joel, there are hundreds. All throughout China, there are hundreds. I thought, how can there be hundreds of kinds of tofu? But I remember several years before that, I said, Lee, how could there be hundreds of types of noodles? And then she proved me wrong. There might be more. So this is the day where we learn all about tofu, eat a ton of tofu, but they have so many other dishes. They have, I see over there, they have ducks aging. They have the ham, the Yunnanese famous ham. We also have Lee's best friend's son. We actually all made a video together 3.5 years ago at their house. He fished. He caught a fish for us. It was so good. And then, yeah, so it's great to hang out with them again. We are back together in Yunnan.
Yeah. Hello.
And then Xia Lao Di, what are you doing?
Xia Lao Di can run now.
He was 6 months old when we saw him last time. So we're upstairs, and look what they've done to this first classroom. This is something I've never seen before. Check out what is in the middle of the blackboard. That is legit. The teacher would stand right here, so I guess this is a math classroom. There's the abacus. 小老弟可以用吗? I wonder if Lee is old enough to teach us how to use one of these.
这个应该是什么？
我用不会. There have been a lot of kids in our videos for this trip. Lee said, when we first came to China, do you realize my older sister's kid was the only kid we saw the whole trip, and now every single person that we visit has a kid. Yeah, that's what 4 years will get you. Bunch of surprises. So we're going up to the top floor of the school, maybe get some cool views up here. So the same tools that you can use to make tofu, you can also do stuff with beans, red beans and black beans. 好看，这个是红豆. Oh yeah, by the way, soybean in Chinese is just called yellow bean. So like in English, we call black bean, red bean, soybean. Soy has like a special name. In Chinese, they call it by the color. So 黄豆, 黑豆, 红豆. Just kind of cool. Man, lots of soybeans used for lots of different things. Oh, check this out. In this classroom, they still have some of the desks. They've also made like the, not just family, but like the full family table. Wow, think how many dishes that could hold. Oh man, that is a big, big table. He's saying, what is this? I don't know how to answer. Oh, and another room. Wow, thank you. He's showing me the picture of grandma. 老爸吗？
不是老爸。
不是。
是什么？
我不认识他。So this trough right here, being used as a hand wash basin. This was part of a machine. They have a grinding stone and they can grind tofu and make soy milk. So this trough, so cool how they're reusing all the parts. And as I'm walking around, I'm noticing one by one. So I'll take you back downstairs and see even more things that I noticed when we were walking in. I didn't really admire from when we were walking into the restaurant how much stuff they are reusing from the hundreds of year old ways to make tofu. 好厉害，小老弟，谢谢。
这是土吗？要做什么呀？
中午好。Good afternoon, man. A factory of smoke and smells right here. Just coming online. Oh, okay. Let's go find our table. I think we might have some tea first. Oh, tea, right? And you can teach why the sugar. Oh, I saw there was sugar on the table. I wondered what it would be for. Hey, so they let us taste, instead of bringing tea, they let us taste the soy milk, the fresh soy milk. That's just awesome. Thank you, man. Thank you. This is so cool. A little bit. Thank you. Just a little. Perfect. Thank you. That is cool. Hey, the lights just came on. This also super cool, very unique. Not a tea cheers, but a soy milk cheers. Wow. And if you've ever had fresh soy milk, it's very different because they use coals to make it the traditional way, and I can smell the smoke for sure. And of course, most soy milk that you'll have from a store, they've put a lot of sugar into it already. Soy milk has a very, oh, thank you. I was about to say soy milk, it has a flavor like tofu, but you know what? They are almost the same thing. The process to make tofu also produces soy milk, or the other way around. The soft bean curd, they are one and the same. So, is that a banana blossom? In English, that is called Chinese banana flower. So it's special to China. It just grows as one. Yeah. And you know what it's called?
He knows a lot.
I remember he knows a lot about. Yeah.
And he said if you are good at Chinese, he can tell you a lot.
Oh man, this is so cool. He likes sound. I can notice that already. He hits everything, steps on everything. Lee is hanging out with her best friend. I'm just hanging out with you by myself. So the coolest thing that I've seen so far, reusing the blocks. You can also make flour, but to make soy milk, to make the bean paste, you then go and use that to ferment. You can use it to make tofu, of course. But these things that is used as the entrance or the entryway to the restaurant, these are, check out this entryway. It's so cool. I would love to have this at my house. Oh, I doubt I'm gonna be able to move them by my hand, but they might be like 30 kilograms each. Some of them look much older than the others. Yeah, this one still looks like it might almost be still useful. So cool, they have all different kinds of seating. Out here, yes, they still have some set up. Okay, I can show you what we were walking on. That's why I couldn't lift it. It goes deeper down into those rocks than I thought. Okay, so we were just looking at like this much. So this one might be of a size that you need an animal to turn it. So you might hold the animal here just with a rope. You put the beans in here, and then by turning it, you grind them, and liquid comes off here into a container. Yeah, you see how much they're expecting to come from this. So this would be a very, very large size. And then, I don't know what this hand tool is for, but it looks super. Oh man, yeah, that's awesome. Here's one with a motor. Oh, and to put pressure on the top too. Wow, so you have the ancient one right there. Animals definitely would be used. That thing is so heavy, humans couldn't turn it. And then this one has a motor attached to it. Thanks for walking around with me. I get super stoked on ancient ways to make food. I love simple stuff, especially tofu, something like tofu. So it is such a treat to just get so stoked. Even the floor, you see, reused, definitely. Thank you. Hi. Wow. So we have a chef station in front. We have like 12 chefs working in the back. There was the nice reception waiting. The restaurant is definitely open. That was so cool, how fast they opened as well. We've got lights going on, we've got activity, we've got smells hitting the air. And in the front here, you can see what I was talking about the tile. So they are actually using the tile to prepare this one dish. And I know what it is. So this is tempeh. A friend recently asked me, why don't Thai use or eat more tempeh? 您好，我可以拍照吗？好，谢谢。哦，好香，好香。So some deep fried tofu, obviously. But look, okay, I don't know if it's anything as fancy as like, might just be a drying rack, might be a plate, but it's just cool. These are definitely roof tiles. Clay. Oh, wow. Now that is a lot of tofu. We always have the best time in Yunnan. The trip that Lee and I took three and a half years ago, that was one of my favorite trips of my whole life. And now on this trip, it was almost like I was nervous that the food wouldn't compare to the memories. You do run that risk when you go back to a place that you had such a good time. You run the risk of the food or the experience is not living up to what you expected. No, the food, this trip is also outstanding.
Nongo say like when your Chinese is getting better, and then he know a lot. Yeah, he has so many things to share with you, but because the language.
Okay.
历史 history. Yunnan is a city had the most nationality people.
That's right. 26.
Nationality 啊，广西民族大学。
So Yunnan is a place of ancient heritage. It has so much stuff that has now come to the entire planet Earth. The thing that I know the most is tea, but also something very special, meaningful to both of us is Thai people. Thai, the whole Thai family, all the different Thai cultures came from. So Lee and I love and live in Thailand. You study for yourself just because you love to learn or you like to read?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
我是中文吧，就是他说的那个，
Yeah, yeah. It's okay. Yeah, yeah.
刚才我们说的那个彝族，
你每天都训练吗 ？Training.
Every day.
No, okay. Every day, a little bit.
我记得你上次来中了，他
She is still learning English more and more and more. Her English is very good now. Very, very good. Better, but not good, but better than last time. Okay, the bean curd is on the table, and the baozi are here. Oh man, we've got the duck, and the skin on the duck looks incredible, man. So the dishes are so well lit. The whole. Yes, we got that kind of tofu too. So happy you ordered that one too. That's so unique. It's so cool. So to open this little thing, this is just how they do the chopsticks here. You open this, and then, how did you do that so fast? Oh, thank you. Lee is amazing, I know, but like, how do you have 4 arms? Those are snug. We're ready to go.
这个是蹦傣鸡，
So, this one first? Okay. Wow. You would almost think it's meat. If I didn't tell you it's tofu, you'd think it's deep fried meat, right? Jing says she prefers that one.
臭豆腐。
So the famous stinky tofu, they make it black just because it's kind of like, it just goes with the weirdness of it. But this is real chou tofu, so it doesn't need to be black to be absurdly full of crazy flavor. Oh yeah. Okay, I didn't even get it. I just thought it was normal tofu. It was cool enough. No, this is stinky tofu, the original version. That is not cheese.
我想给你擦一下手。
Wow.
外面。
等一会儿再擦一下。
I almost wish she didn't tell me that it was chou tofu. I would not have any idea what was going on. That is one of the strongest flavors I could ever imagine. Wow. I don't think I can handle many more just pure like that. I want that with rice. Okay, let me just try the other dip. It is like the stinkiest cheese ever. Way aged cheese level umami going on here. I was not expecting that. Wow, but it's so good. It's like one of the richest things you could ever imagine. Yeah, like in Thailand we have very little milk and absolutely no cheese. They make pala, which is very similar to the type of feeling you get from cheese, fermented fish. But in southern China, in Yunnan, they have a cheese type food right here. It is.
臭豆腐，欢迎过来啊！这边有点臭，这还好。
What do you think? 喜欢吃吗？好厉害！
中口味从小培养。
吃螺蛳粉你看一下。
他吃螺蛳粉哦。
He's 3. Wow. It's so cool. Every food so far is like really clean, just like the cooking method, and then coming with a dip or a sauce on the side. What an exotic looking
来，
dish.
我示范一个给你们看。这是叶子，叶子。
So it's a sprout. So use your hand, and it's roasted. Wow. Oh, okay. No, you go. Yeah, I'll follow you. Wow. Oh, it's cool. So there's a person behind you with more dishes. So I didn't want to drop it again, so I'll just go with both hands. But okay, the layers are much harder on the top than they are at the bottom, so they kind of rip off, making that pattern. And then you just dunk in the sauce. The flavors match the colors just so beautiful. And that's like the most beautiful of all. 好漂亮。
好像好吃。
好吃的，好谢谢，谢谢你们夸奖啊。
吃辣。
This one, like much more clean. It's very spicy, sour, like tomatoey, but it's very clean. This one is like thick, very rich. This one is almost like a salsa. Beautiful, both of them, very beautiful. Wow, that is really good. I have no idea what that is.
普洱、斯普地区都有。
A type of fern, a wild fern,
尝了普洱吗？
fried with
滇庄也是。
fermented beans.
The one you picked with my sister.
Oh, we did. Okay. So it's just a little bit smaller and it's more uniform. We picked this with Lee. Oh, wow. You can really smell the beans. Yeah. Everything is sour and spicy. So I love when there's like a dish on the table that focuses just on the greens. Yes, there are chilies in there too, but it's very clean. Wow. So I love all the Chinese foods that I've tasted so far dearly, desperately. But I really do sometimes miss greens. So I love here in southern China how they do eat a lot more fresh stuff. Wow, that is so good. Yeah, that's amazing. Wow, that's so good too. Wow.
这是临场。
我觉得这个不够酸，
So mountain ferns or wild ferns, wild fiddleheads is what that
感
is.
觉它可以再酸。
I remember at your house, we ate a lot of baozi also. I remember that. And like whole wheat baozi even. What? Ooh, many layers.
Yeah, no.
I've never seen like that. Oh man. So he said make sure to show the layers to this. Yeah, that is not a street food baozi right there. No matter how much we love the ones on the street, that is made, yeah, that takes time to make. Look at that. Wow. Steamed rice flour,
Yeah.
one of the most beautiful, simple ingredients in the world. And then, what is that?
我们点的是
糖腿。
哦，
Is it beans, sweet beans, and sesame?
糖水。
糖会有点肉，有点糖，有火腿，放了一点那个。
And some candy.
火腿。
Oh man, it's sweet like red sugar. There's sesame in there. You almost think it's dessert until you start getting to the preserved meats. It's fatty. It's almost like jerky. I think it might be the ham.
也是在海岸。
Oh man. Wow. 3 meals in a row over 3.5 years. They have just introduced so many new dishes. Thank you. Yes, how true. Again, I did not see that combination coming. That's amazing. It's like if you mixed my morning oatmeal into a baozi, but then added ham and pork fat. That was amazing. Wow. So the wuji is one of the most unique looking for sure. Black chicken, one of the most gorgeous dishes of southern China for sure. Wuji. But this one, a Yunnan twist with the sour papaya. I'll share with Lee. And then some broth. Is that a pepper or is that the name is mugua, but it's a quince. It's not papaya. Okay, it's a Chinese quince, but they call it mugua. They call it sour mugua, suan mugua. Let's try that first. It's really sour, right? It's probably a great ingredient in a soup. It's obvious that that is one of the ingredients in the soup to give the soup flavor. Like in Thailand, in Tom Yum, you don't go eating the galangal for your first bite. But it is a unique flavor. I appreciate it. Yeah, don't eat that for your first bite. It's very hard to chew. The beautiful skin. I love the black chicken. Love it. And man, the gaminess, the mixture of like the large amount of meat, because they're like frequently big chickens, but they're very gamey, like the free-range chicken. This is that medicinal Chinese recipe right here. And then with that soup broth too. Thank you. Sure.
用气过的方式煮的。
这个吗？
这个也不是，没有气锅是气锅鸡。
Telling about this exact species of chicken.
跟我们广西那边吃的黄鸡，那个长肉吃的那个鸡肉大，然后这个肉。
I think I can appreciate that. Yeah, there was less fat than I was expecting. Just skin and then straight to the meat.
这个鸡适合拿来煮汤，换一块的，这块。
The rest of it for you. Another piece I'm getting the benefit of tasting before Lee. The wing, the top of the wing. The fish, oh my gosh.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Look at this guy. Watching a little video. Handful of duck. Speaking of, yeah, that still didn't reach that duck skin. So the baozi is so amazing. I love that just by itself. The vegetable, fiery and bright. Love the red chilies and the green chilies. This dip with the bamboo, amazing. And then the crazy amount of flavor in the stinky tofu. But then we have the fish. I thought the dishes that were already on the table were beautiful enough. I think that is the centerpiece. That is gorgeous. The presentation of every dish has been amazing. The colors, man, and it really is reflected. It's not just colorful. I mean, they are so flavorful. This one has sprouts. So the soybean sprouts or maybe mung bean sprouts. And then you see the fish, it's so thinly cut. And then in here is a very special ingredient to make that broth. It is mu jiangzi, which is a species of peppercorn. The oiliness of that soup. You see that chili oil on top? Oh, there's tofu in there too. Beautiful. This is just it's a complete dish. Oh, and the smell, Lee, it smells so sour. It smells like lemongrass, but it's not. I can see it. Is it, oh, it's maybe celery? Like, seriously, saliva glands. Thank you. Very polite, thank you. Saliva. Oh, I'm also taking Lee's chopstick. My saliva glands are rendering me senseless.
三项会有，
I'm following their lead.
看看能不能站
Ooh,
立的。
that fish.
这个是豌豆粉、土豆粉、土豆粉，这是土豆粉
Potato noodles.
noodles。
I thought it was a mushroom. Another unique ingredient in this dish, potato noodles. You remember when I was mentioning, Lee said, you can't imagine how many noodles there are in China. Potato noodles.
味道很快，
是吗？
Sorry,
木姜
用的
粉。
真不像
fish
油。
scale. You would have to tell me that it's potato. I would think it's just a normal noodle. Really silky, really soft. Almost like a huge catfish, maybe. The meat is so soft. Like not flaky, just like one piece.
他们家炒菜是快的。
And then the tofu again, just the tofu itself blows me away. It's so smoky. Man, there's such a difference. I love tofu already, but there's such a difference eating tofu out of a packet and then having tofu like made on the premises. And then also, man, made on coals really gives it flavor. Okay, and then just one more. All those fresh, all those green sprouts just bathing in this broth of chili oil. Just so bright. The broth is tomatoey, and the chili oil on top. It is just a complete dish. It is amazing. Lee, I'm just flinging chili oil everywhere. I love this dish. And it's so beautiful too, right? Every aspect about it is great. Amazing. Amazing order. Great, great choices. Wow.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lee, come here. Your turn. So the refill on the soy milk, again, so cool. Not drinking water, not drinking tea. Those things are what you'd find at every other restaurant. Not here. Here it's soy milk. Trying my left-handed chopstick skills. Just the table orientation necessitates such a thing.
我承认。
大理锅的项目
That is one of the meatiest chickens I've ever experienced. Like, aside from that first bite of a big drumstick, when can you ever have an entire mouthful of meat from a chicken? And that was not the drumstick that I just ate.
骑了135公里，然后人都快傻了。
They are really taking care of us. They ordered a lot of food. I've had a second round of both of the soups, amazing, and then I was brave, went for more of the craziness in that tofu. The microphone battery died and I did not know it. So, but at least you're back in time to check out this dish, which I've never had before, but I've heard a lot about it. Apparently, there is a northern-southern Chinese rivalry between the two flavors to put in the bean curd. So, we have a whole, fresh, a tub of the soft bean curd. So I love eating this. It's my favorite snack to have in Thailand. Love this soft tofu, right? So northern Chinese flavor is this meat right here. So you remember the tofu, it doesn't have much flavor of its own. It's just like smoky and then some umami. So you choose, you add meat and oil or sugar, definitely not both. And that's where the fight comes in. Okay, I do have a spoon. So let's test for ourselves, right? I have never had it this way. I always have it in Thailand with brown sugar and the black sesame balls. That's that snack with the ginger soup. So yeah, heard a lot about it. It is good with the tomatoes, the chili oil.
多点肉少点豆腐。
放多点肉嘛。
It's almost like smoked rice, but it's like somehow rice porridge. Because I've never had something like that. I've never had the bean curd with anything but sweet stuff. So my mind doesn't really know what to do. So
So you can put more meat.
it's almost okay. But the meat flavor I know very well because that specific Minced pork is in so many Chinese dishes, so many fried dishes, especially from central China. Wow. Okay. I see how people would argue about this. Yeah, if you really like this slightly spicy, like really rich, fatty, savory, yeah, why would you ever dump sugar on it? I could get full on this. And with some Sichuan peppercorns, mapo tofu is not far from that recipe. The soft tofu, because mapo tofu is a soft bean curd. The chili oil works as well. So is this like a dish with dinner, or is it a snack that you have from a street cart, like we have?
龙哥，这个是三几个像大锅甜点啊，还是什么？三几道菜。
Shows again how big China is, how many variations there are. Lee has only heard of the rivalry. She's never really been in that situation for herself to test. The dessert version is easy to understand. Just some white sugar on top. That's very easy to understand. And I wonder if the two gentlemen behind Lee, if they were saying, is he a northerner or is he a southerner? Which one does he like? Man, that tofu is just so clean, so awesome. Yeah, that one is definitely like a dessert flavor, obviously. I like both. I like both. They're for different reasons. They're for different. I could have that in the summer when I want to be cooled down, and I could have that in the winter when I want something meaty, warm, fatty. They're both good. So of all the amazing dishes on the table, this one is unparalleled just in the uniqueness. I mean, it is like grilled cheese, but without the bread. And it's grilled cheese that Mom forgot. And then someone else put it in the fridge. And then someone else forgot it in the fridge for a month. And then you came and found it and you ate it without realizing, oh, this is a month old, but then you realized it's good. It's kind of like that. It's like the bread, if it didn't hurt you. It's like the bread has just aged so long, it's just like crusted away, molded away, and it has left this stinky tofu. I can smell it from here. This. Oh man. I'm speechless. Okay, texture. Very mushy on the inside. Like, wow, like cottage cheese. And then it is a little bit chewy, a little bit crispy because it was gently fried. Wow. And then that's the one that they're serving on the tile from the roof. She has a very pretty dress, the little girl. Wow. How many of those can you eat? Would your stomach start to hurt? Like, how much stinky tofu can you eat? No one knows. I think that bite looks good. Yeah, that sauce is so good. And then the leek. Thank you. Wow. So she said one hand the meat, one hand the leek. And that's huge. So many flavor combos. They just seem so like just opposite sides. The richness of the duck, obviously. We keep talking about it. But and then to have this as the chaser, it's like impossibly crispy and fresh. It's not that strong of a flavor. It has some gas that goes up your nose, like garlic. Is it garlic greens or dachong leek, right?
Yeah, that is very
Or da suan?
cute one.
Oh, okay. And then you can use it to clean your mouth after. It is powerful if you eat it by itself. Okay, guys, I'm flavored to the max, spiced out. I'm super full, but I realized there's one flavor combination or like food combination, but it's actually the same food. It must be tried. So I realized on this table there is a unique possibility. We got to do it. So you have a fermented version of soybeans right there. And then you have the fresh version of the soybean milk. And we have the soft bean curd. So let's bring them all together. I might have to do this in 1, 2, 3. So just pure, let's try. So it's going to be almost like fresh cheese or even like cream. And then the stinkiest cheese that anyone's ever heard of, that only that strange ant likes. You remember like the string cheese from a package? It's nothing like that, but it looks like that. No sauce, just the pure chou tofu. Okay, don't chew, Joel. And then the soft bean curd. It's just so weird. Well, it got easier as it went. That first bite, I mean, it's not bad, but you have to be ready for that. For sure, there have to be people who hate this food. It is just an obscene amount of flavor per bite. The richness, but also that stink factor. It's like durian, that type of thing. Like, wow, it's crazy. Yeah, chou tofu. And then with the soft bean curd, just the delicate, sweet, and then chasing it with soy milk. So the triple tofu combo. The other tofu products. Yeah, pretty good. Just fun. So one bite of chou tofu with 1 spoon of tofu hua, and then sip of doujiang. Yeah.
And what's the flavor?
Just fun. It's too crazy. You can't. It's just too crazy.
Fantastic flavor. Yeah.
下次我们去吃那个土豆叶。
全土豆嘛。Potato meal. Or everything made into.
Yeah. That's true. Another possibility. Instead of like 5 different things of tofu, potato could also be. Yeah. This has been an amazing meal. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So the next I'm excited for the potato meal.
Cheers to a totally unique meal. Beautiful, educational, delicious, full of tofu, completely unique. And I would create a term right here. This would be the place for us to describe a meal like tofu-licious. We drove about 30 minutes outside. I fell asleep in the car. I think it was about 30 minutes. We drove about 30 minutes outside of South Kunming. So Kunming is like 3 different sections. You have the old city, you have the modern, big, new downtown, and then you have like the even more modern, the super modern, where the airport is, where the new train station is. That's where Lee and I are staying. So her best friend, her husband, they drove out, they picked us up. We're at this amazing place outside of town. It's a whole village dedicated to tofu. What more could you want? If you were a vegetarian, what more could you want? But I mean, you saw the selection of meals. This restaurant is just so beautiful. Thank you so much for supporting us, coming with us, supporting us to have fun doing stuff like this. I will edit these videos, I promise, but I'm gonna continue having a lot of fun with my wife in her hometown in China first. Next up, by the way, I am going to Lijiang. Li is going back to Thailand. She has to get back to teaching, and I'm gonna go attempt to make some videos on my own in one of my favorite places in the world, Lijiang. So see you there. See how I do. It's gonna be my first trip making multiple videos on my own, so let's see how I do. Good night, and so much love from all of us. Later.